CenterWell, 50% more one-on-one time with your doctor.
We're asking people, what are the issues they care about now? Like, as far as like the election coming up, not people, just issues.
Just asking people questions about like what matters most to them.
This is election time, and I'm asking people, what's the #1 thing on your mind coming with this election?
Is there an issue that's getting you to the polls that you're concerned about the most?
What are some of the issues that are important to you going into this election?
We are talking to people about not who you're voting for, but about what issues are important to you.
Just a few minutes ago, Adam said to our daughters, your mom's going to be the governor of Virginia. And I can guarantee those words have never been spoken in Virginia ever before. It's a big deal.
It has been decided Abigail Spanberger will become the first woman to serve as governor of Virginia. Thanks for ending your election day with us. I'm Julie Bragg.
And I'm Bill Fitzgerald.
And I'm Janine Samuels. Shortly before 8 this evening, multiple outlets, including CBS and the Associated Press, declared Spanberger the winner over current Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears. Spanberger won with a campaign emphasizing economic issues, a strategy that may serve as a model for other Democrats in the next year's midterm elections.
And we've also called the race to replace Earle-Sears as lieutenant governor, where Ghazala Hashmi will become the first Muslim woman to ever hold statewide office in the United States. She knocked off Republican candidate John Reed.
And in the closest major race of the night, which was still a 5-point margin, Democrat Jay Jones unseated Republican incumbent Jason Miyares for Attorney General. This comes despite Jones dealing with controversy over the last several weeks of the campaign because of a well-documented scandal over violent text messages sent back in 2022. And we have complete team coverage tonight. Our Cameron Thompson and Melissa Hippolyte have reaction from the Spanberger and Earle-Sears watch parties, respectively.
Our Tracy Sears has more on Hashmi's win over Reed, while senior reporter Wayne Koval has a look at the 82nd House district race. That's between Kimberly Adams and Kim Taylor.
Let's start, though, by heading out to Cameron at the Greater Richmond Convention Center, where Governor Spanberger held her watch party and gave her victory speech. Cam, it's a big night for the Spanberger camp.
It is, Janine, not only just for her personally, but for the office that she will soon be occupying as the governor-elect and becoming, as you heard in her comments, the first ever woman to hold that office when she becomes the 75th governor of Virginia, taken to the stage to hundreds of cheering supporters about 30 minutes after the race was called in her favor. She thanked her supporters, her family, and her opponent, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, and promised to work for her supporters as well, laying out what her goals are once she takes office, include things like lowering costs, improving the economy, building affordable housing, protecting abortion access, and standing up to Washington, also calling on both Democrats and Republicans in Washington to end the ongoing federal shutdown. Now, along with the practical, Spanberger also waxed poetic and got a little philosophical in her comments, saying that Virginia is where democracy was born in this country, but we are still working to perfect it this day.
Virginia. We are a nation founded on ideas, but we are a country where it is up to us, the citizens, who must put those ideas into action. It is us, the citizens, who work to make the change and progress and build upon the foundations laid out over so many years. And Virginia, now it is our time to lead.
And Spanberger says that she'll be working with Democrats and Republicans and independents in order to get that done, finishing by saying that now is the time to show the world what Virginia is made of. And now we'll go to our Melissa Hippolyte in Northern Virginia, who is at the Winsome Earle-Sears watch party.
Winsome earle-Sears thanked her husband, her daughters, as well as her supporters. She said she is a Christian first and a Republican second, and that she asked everyone to please, quote, pray for Abigail Spanberger. She said she actually called Spanberger after finding out that she had won. She said she didn't pick up, so she had to leave her a voicemail. In that message, she said that she wished Spanberger great success. She said that she hopes Spanberger would represent all Virginians, not just those that had voted for her.
If she is successful, Virginia will be successful. That's what I wish for her. And I asked her to support policies that will unite us, that will not divide us, that will strengthen our families and keep us safe. And that if I can ever be of help doing that, I'm here. I'm ready to volunteer. After all, apparently I have nothing else to do.
Now, earle-Sears also talked about her immigrant father that came to this country. She said this country gave him an incredible opportunity. She said the country also gave her the incredible opportunity to run for governor. She said this is just such a fantastic country. She ended her speech with the upbeat song, I'll Take You There by the Staple Singers. She was clapping. She had a big smile on her face, certainly was not giving any indication that she was disappointed by this loss. However, she did say that she took a while to come out here and speak to everybody because she wanted to see every single vote get counted. She said she has faith, and that's why she was waiting. In Leesburg tonight, I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.
My own journey from a young child landing at the airport in Savannah to now being elected as the first Muslim woman to achieve statewide office. The first Muslim woman to achieve statewide office, not just in Virginia, but in the entire country. And this was possible because of the depth and the breadth of the opportunities made available in this country and in this Commonwealth.
And you just heard it there. Ghazala Hashmi will succeed earle-Sears as the state's new lieutenant governor, knocking off Republican John Reed.
Another woman making history tonight, and you just heard from Hashmi, who was at Spanberger's watch party tonight. And our Tracy Sears spent the night at Reed's watch party. Good evening, Tracy.
Good evening. Yeah, John Reed said this, of course, was not the results he was hoping for. He says he does accept his defeat. He says with gratitude and humility. He also says that he is proud of the historic significance of this race. Of course, Reed is the first openly gay Republican to seek high office in Virginia. He says 281 days ago, he started his campaign with a lot of setbacks. He did not receive the original endorsement from his party. He did not have the campaign donations of his opponent, but he says he took the advice of former Democratic Governor Doug Wilder, who told him to get into his car, to canvass the entire state, to shake as many hands as possible, to listen to as many voters as possible, and he says he stood his ground, and that's exactly what he did.
And standing my ground, I really wasn't sure who would hold that line with me. The answer was something I would never have expected. We had a movement that swelled all across the Commonwealth, from the grassroots activists within this party and the people of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I will never forget it. Thank you.
And John Reed also thanked Governor Glenn Youngkin. He thanked the Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor for coming and supporting him in the following months of the campaign. Of course, it was a rough start in getting their endorsement, but he says he was very grateful that they came together as a team and they canvassed the entire state together in the final months. He also thanked Abigail Spanberger and congratulated her on becoming the first female governor in the state of Virginia. He said that is a historical, significant move for Virginia, and he says that's something we should all be proud of. Reporting live in Henrico County, Tracy Sears. Now back to you.
Thank you, Tracy. And I'm here with our political analyst, Dr. Bob Holsworth. Bob has been here all day offering us some insights into what we were seeing. But now that it's over, a clean sweep for Democrats and then some. What happened today?
Bill, it was just a devastating night for Virginia Republicans and a great night for Virginia Democrats all over the state. So what you saw was Abigail Spanberger won this victory by a huge amount. She carried in a statewide ticket, and then in the House of Delegates races, Speaker Don Scott and the Democrats pitched almost a perfect game. The Democrats were hoping they'd pick up several seats. It looks like they're going to pick up 11, 12, maybe even possibly 13 seats. Just a remarkable evening, and it just shows once again that Donald Trump is not very popular in Virginia, and it provided fertile ground for the Democrats to make argument after argument. And here in RVA, I just mentioned one thing. The vote was so dramatic in Chesterfield County, Henrico, and Richmond that those three counties starting to look like Northern Virginia.
That's right. They used to be, I mean, just more than a decade, just a little over a decade ago, Henrico was that sort of bellwether county. Which way will it go? Who's up, who's down? Then it was Chesterfield, and now you're saying it's pretty much...
Well, it was 70% in Henrico, 86% in Richmond for Spanberger, and 58% in Chesterfield. These were just dramatic numbers, and you saw in the House of Delegates there were 4 targets that the Democrats had of Republican incumbents in this area, and they beat all of them, including 2 in Chesterfield. So just a really dramatic shakeup in local politics as well as state politics, Bill.
And even beyond, when you look at nationally what has happened today, both in New York City, New Jersey, California obviously still has some time to go before they count all that, but it seems like a kind of a uniform response.
Yeah, the anti-Trump vote wasn't even close. The New Jersey race was supposed to be, very close. That was a wipeout. Virginia was a blowout. Mondami looks like he's going to win with more than 50% of the vote in New York City. And California, we haven't seen it yet, but the Democrats are going to win that referendum as well. So looking into 2026 here in the Commonwealth and otherwise, if the Republicans don't put any daylight between themselves and the unpopular policies of Donald Trump, I think it's going to happen to them again.
We have just a few seconds left. What does it mean for Abigail Spanberger to govern in light of the potential hostility from the Trump
This is going to be a challenge because Abigail Spanberger is not somebody who likes to pick fights. She likes to bring people together, likes to get along. It's going to be very interesting to see how Donald Trump treats Virginia and how Governor Spanberger responds.
All right. Thank you, Bob Holsworth, as always, for your insights. Let's send it over to Julie.
Thank you, gentlemen. And of those red to blue House victories that Bill and Dr. Bob were just discussing, happened in the 82nd District, which includes Petersburg and parts of Dinwiddie and Prince George County.
Senior reporter Wayne Koval filed this report earlier.
This is surreal. This is surreal.
Victory for Kimberly Pope Adams, who says she never quit running for the House seat she lost in 2023.
I knew I was working hard. I knew I had done everything I could, but to see it so decisively with the voters is just... I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I'm so grateful.
I'm Kim Taylor.
Up against Republican incumbent Kim Taylor in 2023, Adams lost by a mere double digits.
I'm Kimberly Pope Adams. I'm on your ballot.
Now, 2 years later, against the same opponent, she says voters came out for change.
Yes, they came out because they're ready for change. They're ready for change, and they know they can trust me to give it to them.
And when that change comes, she says, is soon.
It's time for us to get things done. It's time for us to be clear-eyed and mission-focused, and the work starts tomorrow.
Kimberly Pope Adams says the victories across the Commonwealth election night from the top down, she says, shows people are ready for a change starting at the top. Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
Before we head to break, we have new information about a deadly plane crash in Kentucky. At least 7 people have been killed and 11 injured after a UPS aircraft crashed near the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The UPS freight transport aircraft carrying 3 crew members crashed shortly after takeoff around 5 o'clock, leaving a fiery trail of destruction through businesses and roads where a massive plume of thick black smoke stretched for miles, as you see right there. We'll keep you updated throughout the night on WTVR.com.
After a big election night for the Democrats, Jay Jones will be the next Attorney General for Virginia. Still to come, we have live coverage from the Convention Center, where Democrats have just pulled this major victory in the Commonwealth. And later, Zach has a full look at your forecast.
CBS 6 Sky Tracker is sponsored by Window World.
Despite a text message controversy that made headlines across the country, Democrat Jay Jones defeated incumbent Republican Jason Miyares.
Jones will be the state's next Attorney General. Cameron Thompson joins us live once again. Cam, it was a big night for Democrats.
It really was, and Jay Jones completing the trifecta for the statewide races. He was the last one to take to the stage to talk to supporters tonight because his race was the closest and the last one to be called and finalized here. And again, greeted by hundreds of cheering supporters and reflecting on the historic nature of his win, becoming the first black person to hold the position of Attorney General here in Virginia, and really talking about his own personal family history that got him to this point and sort of laid the groundwork for where he is today, mentioning that he had ancestors who were slaves, that his grandfather fought Jim Crow, and that his father and aunts fought segregation. Then he said that when he is in office, he will continue that fight and fight for every Virginian as the next Attorney General. Among those fights, he says there are many coming down the pipe, says that he'll work to protect their jobs, health care, and economy from President Donald Trump's administration, along with doing some other things like protecting access to abortion and taking on corporations.
Together, we stand firm against the people who would take us backward. We will use tonight as a springboard to reject the politics of divisiveness and division. And we will build a brighter future for every single Virginian. That is our mission. That is our charge.
In this race, Republican incumbent Attorney General Jason Miyares saying he looks forward to sitting down with him and talking about how they can work to improve lives for Virginians. Bill?
Thank you for that report, Cam. Meanwhile, Jessica Davis from our Norfolk sister station, WTKR, was at Miyares' watch party down in Virginia Beach. And Jessica, obviously not the night his supporters were hoping for.
Yeah, throughout the night, there were some anxious feelings among people here, and now a lot of disappointment. Miyares took the stage around 10 p.m. addressing the crowd, but first recognizing his loss, and then speaking about his accomplishments like Operation Ceasefire and his role in fighting the opioid epidemic. Miyares continued his speech thanking his supporters, his family, and says Virginians need an attorney general that focuses on keeping people safe.
Listen, Virginians, politics is like a pendulum. The public sentiment swings one way and then the next. Tonight, it swung a little bit too far in the wrong direction, in my opinion. And folks, it will swing back. It always does. The Democrats that have won tonight need to remember that as they govern. The people of Virginia do not want an extreme agenda. They do not want a government that divides us. They do not want a partisan radical approach out of the people they are sending to Richmond. They want both parties to work together.
Well, mostly everyone has cleared out the space tonight, but once the space was filled, you could really feel the sadness amongst the supporters here for Jason Miyares. And here in Virginia Beach, reporting for CBS 6 News, Jessica Davis.
All right. Thanks so much, Jessica. Really appreciate it. And, of course, today was a beautiful day for voters to get out and vote. Still ahead, Zach's got an eye on the forecast. Zach, what are you keeping your eye on?
Nice day tomorrow, a little bit of wind around, and then a couple of cold fronts. The second one is really going to be cool for us, the coolest we've had so far this fall season. I'll talk more about it when the News 11 continues.
Doppler Max 6 is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com.
It's going to be a cold winter, and our neighbors need coats. That's why we're collecting for Puritan Cleaners Coats for Kids. Bring them to any Puritan Cleaners. We'll clean and repair them and get them to the Salvation Army. It's your chance to help keep a kid warm this winter.
A beautiful day today, and now a chilly night tonight as many areas have dropped down into the 40s, and we'll have quite a few 30s by early tomorrow morning. Let me show you how we did for today. And the morning low was 39 and the high 66. Those temperatures averaging out to be just about exactly normal for today's date. Right now, we've dropped all the way back down to 48. So we have no wind at this time. A couple of clouds, mid-level clouds out there right now. So skies are not completely clear, but they will be mostly clear moving forward. It's already down to 39 up in Louisa, as well as Petersburg, 38 in Emporia, and down to 36 already up in Orange. Here are your weather headlines. It'll be a windy day tomorrow with enhanced fire danger because of the dry air. Cooler air returns Thursday into Friday behind a cold front that'll move through tomorrow night. And low rain chances still in the forecast for the upcoming weekend. Let me show you what we have through our Sky Tracker Millionaire Cam. You can see those clouds right there. Still plenty of moonlight coming on through. So just some thin clouds moving through at the moment, but not much else going on with high pressure sitting over the Carolinas, giving us that cool night. Temperatures by morning, mid to upper 30s and very low 40s. So a chilly start to the day, but we will warm up in a hurry thanks to strong southwesterly winds. Look at the highs well into the low and even mid 70s. Here's a look at your forecast. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 73. The wind is going to be the main factor tomorrow. Southwest 15 to 18, gusting over 30 miles per hour at times. Rest of tonight, just a couple of clouds like we have out there right now. You'll wake up to mostly clear skies in the morning. We'll have just a few clouds as we get into tomorrow afternoon. A cold front will come through the area after dark tomorrow. That'll bring in the cooler air on Thursday. So while we'll be in the 70s tomorrow, low 60s on Thursday, and then mid 60s coming up on Friday with a few more clouds, especially in the afternoon and evening. All right, here's a snapshot of the wind gust tomorrow. This is at 6 o'clock. Max wind gust a little bit over 30 miles per hour in quite a few locations. So it is going to be a big gusty for tomorrow. The trade-off is the warm temps. 73 will be the high tomorrow. Then low 60s Thursday behind the front and mid 60s on Friday. The chances for rain this weekend remain on the low side. I think we'll be able to work our way around those and spend some time outside. Both days should be 70 or above. And then a stronger cold front arrives Sunday night. And look at the highs next week. 52 Monday, just 50 on Tuesday. And we could start the day with our first official freeze.
So, Zach, are we really going to make it into the 70s tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
Woo.
And it's not going to be the only time, really, in the next week. I think we'll do it over the weekend, at least one of those weekend days. But tomorrow, 73. Flying the ointment's going to be the wind. It will be a bit windy, especially in open spaces tomorrow, gusting over 30 at times. Then it's going to get a little cooler for Thursday and Friday, but still beautiful. A few showers possible over the upcoming weekend. But neither day appears to be a washout. And then some colder air moves in early next week.
All right. Thank you, Zach. And thank you so much for staying up with us this election night. We will, of course, have more coverage for you starting tomorrow morning on the CBS 6 News This Morning. Have a good one.
Good night.
CBS 6 closed captioning is sponsored by Arby's.
Arby's juicy deep-fried turkey gobbler stuffed with Thanksgiving sides is here all November. Arby's.